It's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Priyanka in 1, Zubaer in 2, Aniket in 3, Jeffrey in 4, week 4 of Fundaesliga. Happy Christmas, New Year, and 12 days and all that to everyone. Let's go. Question 1. This 2011 romantic comedy, comprising an ensemble cast by Gary Marshall, is part of an unofficial trilogy set on a one-day holiday. If the first and third are Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, which movie is the second on the list? You must give me the movie name.
Actually,
No? Zubair?
Father's Day?
No? Aniket?
Pass.
Jeffrey?
New Year's Eve.
Got it. That's it.
Okay.
New Year's Eve is the one. New Year's Eve. Priyanka, your second. A match versus India at the Adelaide Oval in 1967 is the last occasion on which Test cricket was played in Australia on what day of the year? Since 1980, the Melbourne Cricket Ground has hosted an annual test that begins the day after this holiday.
Boxing Day.
No. Aniket?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day is the day before Boxing Day. Zubair, yours? With Bono singing the line, "Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you," which song was released to raise funds for food aid to Darfur? Which I don't think that's correct. I think it's actually Ethiopia. The original version, written by Midge Ure and Bob Geldof to raise, I beg your pardon, I see where we're at now, to raise money for the aid for Ethiopia, well, from 25. A reworked version by Bono in 2004 is as iconic.
Do they know it's Christmas?
They do that. It's Christmas, correct. Number 2. Coined by Kepler, this word literally refers to the nearest point of an object in its orbit around the sun. For Earth, it occurs on January the 3rd, about 300 million miles closer than it will on July the 4th. What is this called?
Zenith?
No. Priyanka?
Apogee.
Just again for me, please.
APOGEE.
No. Aniket?
Perihelion.
Perihelion. Aphelion is what it'll be on July the 4th, furthest away. And that's why it's so bloody hot where I live. Aniket, to you. The term originated before the year 1000 in Middle English, ultimately deriving from the Latin noun use of the name of the god, Roman god of doorways, beginnings, and the rising and setting of the sun. What word is this that forms the basis of the name of the 6th most populous city in the Americas? Ten seconds.
I'll guess January from like Janus and Rio de
That's
Janeiro.
correct, Janice. And of course, the Rio de Janeiro, the Portuguese thought the entrance to the bay was a river. Of course, it's not. It's a very big bay. Aniket, you're second. Celebrated in Sweden, Norway, and Swedish-speaking parts of Finland, what festival takes place on December the 13th in honor of an early Christian martyr who was killed by Romans in the year 304? The festival includes the selection of a girl to represent this martyr who gives their name to the country that claims the title for the most Nobel Prize laureates per capita. 10.
Feast of Saint Lucia.
That's the good enough for me. Santa Lucia takes the great Neapolitan song and sing it in Swedish. Jeffrey, to you. There are several stories behind the origin of this Marvel comic character. One of them goes that Odin, god of Asgard, saved a Norse village's midwinter festival. He offered wines, linens, and food to the faithful, and sent wayward sailors home in time for the feast. These legends gave birth to a story about which mutant? Ted?
Namor?
No. Priyanka?
Pass.
Zubair?
Pass.
Aniket?
Pass.
My alter ego? Santa Claus.
Oh,
Apparently.
wow. Okay.
Apparently. Jeffrey, number 2. Citizens and tourists who want to enter the new year in Taksim district are seen here on December 31, 2023. In which city would you find such crowds thronging Taksim district on New Year's Eve? Ten?
Cairo.
Not Cairo. Priyanka?
Istanbul.
Yes, it is Istanbul. Istanbul. All right, round number 2. Priyanka. This festival, dedicated to a Roman god, is an adaptation of the Athenian Chronai festival and is thought to be a precursor of Christmas, replete with gift exchanges, typically clay figurines or pottery, and an exhortation much like Merry Christmas. What god or planet is the festival dedicated to?
Saturn.
Just again for me, please.
Saturn.
Yes, absolutely correct. Io Saturnalia.
Nice.
Number 2, please. Both these heroes, the American Revolution, one a silversmith by profession and the other a seamstress, were born on the 1st of January, 17 years apart. The former is best known for his midnight ride to alert the colonial militia in April 1775 to the approach of British forces before the battles of Lexington and Concord. The latter is credited widely for designing one of the earliest known versions of what today is the flag of the United States. You may name either.
Pass.
Zubair.
Paul Revere.
Oh, you could have given me Betsy Ross. To Zubair now. Also the name of a dramedy written by Mindy Kaling about her school days, which party game requires players to raise their hands at the start with the eventual aim of putting every finger down based on their friends' statements.
Truth or Dare?
No, Jeffrey?
Never have I ever.
That's exactly right. Never have I ever. Number 2, Zubair. On January 1, 1957, the lèse majesté was strengthened in Thailand. After the Thai criminal code went into effect in 1956, the lèse majesté was designated a crime against national security. What is lèse majesté, or what became a crime against national security in Thailand?
Insulting the monarch or the royal family.
Yep, that'll do. Insulting the monarch or defaming or threatening, etc. Treason, all of those things. Not assassination, though. That's regicide. Aniket. Indicative of Mamluk influence, what homage or tribute did Artes Gentile de Fabriano include in the adoration of the Magi from the Strozzi altarpiece, the artist's magnum opus from the International Gothic period? Ten.
He's used Arabic calligraphy in the halo around her head.
Absolutely perfect. Yes, there's Arabic calligraphy there in the halo. Well done. Spot on. Pseudo-Arabic is perhaps can be used too. Your second. 2 years after playing India on Christmas Day at Adelaide in 1967, Australia's cricketers played the same opponents at Madras. The first time Test cricket had been played in India on December 25. Who was India's captain on both occasions? He was sacked after losing the home series 3-1. By the time he briefly returned as captain in 1974-75, he was playing under a different name, courtesy of Indira Gandhi's abolition of royal titles.
Mansoor Ali Khan Patwari.
Got it. That's exactly right. Mansoor Ali Khan Patwari und the Nawab, as I know him from my early days of cricket reading. Jeffrey, to you. On January 1, 1982, Peruvian Javier Perez de Cuellar became the first Latin American to hold what title? That was held before by an Austrian and an Egyptian after him.
UN Secretary General.
Absolutely correct. Secretary General. Kurt Waldheim and Boutros Boutros-Ghali after. Number 2, the 1998 FIFA World Cup semi-final in Saint-Denis began disastrously for the host, with Croatia striking first through its talismanic forward, who would go on to win the Golden Boot that year. The very next minute, France equalised through one of their defenders. The same defender would score again in the 70th minute to take France to the final, the only 2 goals he ever scored in a 142-match international career. Both the Croatian and French goal scorers were born on the 1st of January, 4 years apart. Name either.
Zidane.
No. Priyanka?
Pass.
Zubaer.
Lilian Thuram.
That's the Frenchman. Do you know the Croatian?
Davos.
No.
Davos.
Davor Suker. Davor Suker. Priyanka, we'll come back to you to start round 3. A 1900s Christmas card image of this confectionery read, "Wanted, a small boy who thinks he can lick me." What red-white confectionery was being advertised, whose earliest mention is found in the short story Tom Luther's Stockings?
Candy cane.
Yes, they're candy canes, that is correct. Or peppermint sticks are acceptable. Number 2. The objective of which party game is for a player to have their partners guess the word on the player's card without using the word itself or 5 additional words listed on the card. The term originates in a Tongan word that means to set apart, forbidden, and was introduced into English by Captain James Cook.
Taboo.
It is taboo, correct. Zabuya. Ephoboria pulcherrima, also known as Quetzalcoatl, which translates to excrement flower due to their mode of dispersion, was used to celebrate the winter solstice. Sometimes known as Mexican flame flower due to its vibrant bracts, it is popularly known as what? named after the botanist and first US minister to Mexico.
Pass.
Aniket.
Pass.
Jeffrey.
Poinsettia?
Good year after Mr. Poinsett.
Nice one.
There has been moves to replace that name as like Magellan. He wasn't a very nice person. Zubaer. During the 19th century, which Scandinavian and Northern European Christmas symbol shifted towards becoming the Christmas gift bringer, and today has been reduced to a Christmas ornament. The symbol is connected to the worship of the Norse god Thor, who rode the sky in a chariot drawn by two such creatures, Tangrisnir and Tangrisjöster.
Reindeer?
Not reindeer. Aniket.
Pass.
Priyanka.
Pass.
I'll pass you there, Jeffrey.
I'll pass.
You got to be like me, a fan of Scandinavian Christmas decorations, to know about the Julebok, Yule goat. It's a Julebok made of straw and red fabric, and they come in all shapes and sizes. And there you can see one that in some parts of Sweden, they don't last very long. It's become a tradition to burn them down, which is very sad. Yes, I have a few Juleboks in my Christmas decorations. Aniket, to you. Many theories have been proposed to explain an event, including a supernova, a comet, a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, even including Regulus, or a stationary point of Jupiter. What natal event do these theories try to explain? We need the astronomical event, not the name of a celebration. Ten.
So the star in the night sky when Jesus was born, like the Star of Bethlehem. I
I'll
think
give
it's called.
you a chance to refine that. I'll prompt you for some more information, please.
Like the star which guided the three wise men to Bethlehem, like Star of Bethlehem, I think it's called. Like the star in the night sky on.
Not enough there
Yes,
for
yes.
me, Priyanka.
No, I'm passing.
Jeffrey.
I'll pass.
Zubair.
Pass.
Half of it was there, Aniket. The key word I needed was Bethlehem.
I
Star
said
of
Star of Bethlehem.
I think he said it several times.
I didn't
He
hear
did.
you, so we will
He did, yeah.
undo all that and give you correct. Number 2. After witnessing his parents' murder by a criminal in a Santa suit, Billy experiences a psychotic break and goes on a murder spree on Christmas Eve dressed as Santa Claus. Which 1984 film, which spawned 5 sequels despite controversies that had the film pulled from theatres a week after its release? You can get to the 4-word title by changing just one word of the first 4 words of the world's most recorded Christmas song, first performed on Christmas Eve 1818 in Austria with just a guitar accompaniment. Ten.
I'll just slashing through the snow.
No. Priyanka.
Pass.
Jeffrey.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Never heard of it, but it must be a fabulous film.
Nice one. Nice answer.
Night, Deadly Night. Jeffrey. Which religious figure is said to have been murdered at the altar by the Turanians in the storming of Balkh? An important day of remembrance on 26 December commemorates this incident, which Merbeds, clerics in this religion, are brought to pray at Atash Berems and Atash Adarans.
Um,
5.
John the Baptist.
No. Priyanka.
Pass.
Aniket.
Zoroaster.
Zarathustra.
Ah.
Yes. The Day of Remembrance
sense.
is Zarathustra no Diso or Zarathustra no Deso. Jeff, your number 2. A common story on candy canes traces its origins to 1670 in This Cathedral pictured, where the choirmaster asked the local candy maker to make some sugar sticks for the children who were making a lot of noise in his church to silence them. Which cathedral, whose silhouette features in their local football club's crest?
Cologne.
Yeah, Kölner Dom. Well done. It is Cologne. Cool. You'd be pretty unhappy with yourself if you got that question wrong, having been there and supported the football team. All right, round 4, question 1, Priyanka. In 2009, John and Tracy Mortar created a Facebook account called Rage Against the Machine for blank, 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 launching an ultimately successful campaign to prevent a song by X Factor winner Joe McElderry from securing what annual position? In the film Love Actually, Bill Nye's character achieves this position with a seasonally themed cover of Lovers All Around.
Like the highest selling record on Christmas Day or something like that.
Can you just phrase that slightly differently for me, Priyanka?
Highest selling Christmas record. Christmas Day album.
Yeah, I don't have a key word there. I'm sorry. Zubair?
Basically number 1 on the Christmas charts, in the UK charts.
That's it. I needed the number 1 part. Christmas number 1 single in the UK. And how nasty against lovely Joe McElderry. He's lovely. Why would you want to be nasty to him? Number 2 for you, Priyanka. What seemingly odd choice is explained as follows. Setting a standard for racehorses makes it simple to determine its acceptability for races based on age. It is based on the mare breeding cycle, which is affected by the seasons. A horse's gestation cycle typically runs 11 months. So that means most foals are born in the spring. Five.
Pass. Okay.
Aniket.
This is why all horses have the same birthday. Like in the southern hemisphere, all horses are born on 1st Jan, and northern hemisphere, I think it's 1st July.
I think you said 1st Jan, so yeah, Una Mansell, that's 1st August down here.
Oh.
I know it is the 1st of August. That's the answer I gave
sorry.
in my game. Yeah, 1st of August in Australia is horses' birthdays, 1st of January in Northern Hemisphere. Zubair, yours. Santa Claus was first detected by the mutant detecting machine that alerted the X-Men, only after which the X-Men investigate. What fictional device that amplifies the brainwaves of the user, especially that of Professor Charles Xavier, and is quite literally named after Spanish for brain?
Cerebro.
Yep, Cerebro is correct. Cerebro is name. Number 2. Apart from England, which is the only team in men's cricket to have hosted at least 10 test matches, but never in the month of December. 10.
I'll say West Indies.
Yep, absolutely right. West Indies don't
Wow.
host test
Thanks,
matches
Raj.
in December. I thought it'd been really good. Apparently not. Aniket. Candy canes weren't always the mixture of red and white, although exactly unknown, the scarlet color started making the rounds in the early 1900s, before which it was only white. The original monochrome, i.e. white, was chosen to offer a subtle lesson to children about what? Ten.
That it's bad for your teeth, so it's like white, like your teeth.
No. Priyanka,
Pass.
Jeffrey,
I'll pass.
Zubair.
Pass.
This is to indicate the pure and sinless nature of Jesus Christ is represented by the
Oh, wow.
white color. We had a go at Mary on our game, but not quite enough. Mary is sinless, yes, but not as sinless as her son. Number 2 for you, Aniket. With which song, previously a hit for the Hollies, did the Justice Collective have a Christmas #1 in 2012? The song is inspired by a story from James Wells' Parables of Jesus, in which a little girl who is carrying a big boy is asked if she were not tired, and replies, "No, he's not blank. He's my blank." 2 different blanks. Give me both, please. Ten.
Heavy brother.
Yeah. He ain't heavy.
Sorry?
He's my brother. Absolutely right. That's the song by the Hollies. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Jeffrey. A pagan symbol of male fertility, how do we better know Viscum album, a slow-growing obligate hemiparasite native to Europe? Often used in different cultures as a protective charm, now it is much more commonly associated with affection. Ten.
Mistletoe.
Yep. Couple dancing merrily, every couple tries to stop. Number 2. Appearing in the US version of The Office on the cheekily titled episode Dwight Christmas, what is the fur-clad Christmas gift-bringer figure in the folklore of the Palatinate region of southwestern Germany along the Rhine, the Saarland, and the Odenwald area of Baden-Württemberg?
Belsnickel.
Belsnickel is spot on correct. I could also accept Chris Krinkler, Belsnickel, or Pelsnickel. French version. Okay, halfway through, Aniket has a handy lead of 2 on Jeffrey, who is 1 ahead of Zubair, who is only 3 ahead of Priyanka. Not a lot of X's, and pretty much everyone's having a good go on their BAs. Priyanka. This Adoration of the Magi tapestry was commissioned in the late 1880s by the rector of Exeter College, Oxford, for its chapel. The commission went to an artist's namesake decorative arts and furnishings company, and the design was created by his company along with a brother of his. Name either artist behind this design, of which 10 copies would eventually be woven.
Pass.
Zubair?
I will pass.
Aniket?
Scarlatti.
No. Jeffrey?
I'll pass.
This one is William Morris and Edward Burne-Jones of Morris and Co.
Oh.
Tough one, that one. Number 2, Priyanka. The clock of the Real Casa de Correos ushers in 2024 with fireworks at the Puerta del Sol on the 1st of January 2024. In which national capital city?
Buenos Aires.
Just again for me, please.
Buenos Aires.
Not Buenos Aires. Zubaer?
Madrid. Madrid.
It is Madrid. Mother, Spain, Madrid. Zubaer, for you now. Since 1977, Zurich City has organized a winter run that usually celebrates the end of the year. Though it doesn't take place on that day, its name is a dedication to a patron saint. Which saint, who also served as pope from 1314 to 1335, with his long pontificate seeing the beginnings of the Christian Roman Empire?
No idea. Pass.
Priyanka,
Pass.
Jeffrey,
Pass.
Aniket,
Pass.
Saffron, Succotash. You don't know Saint Sylvester. In Germany and German-speaking areas, New Year's Eve is called Silvestersnacht, because Saint Sylvester is that day. And a lovely medieval forgery talks about the donation of Constantine, meaning Constantine gave the Bishop of Rome, the Pope, the head position of all Christians in the world. It's a forgery. Zubair, don't tell the Catholics that, though. Number 2, a young man receives a mysterious creature as a gift, but breaks the rules for its care, leading to chaos as the cute creature spawns mischievous and dangerous monsters that wreak havoc on a small town during Christmas. Which 1984 film is this that draws its name from the mythical creatures believed by RAF pilots in World War II to cause mechanical malfunctions?
Gremlins.
Indeed, gremlins. No matter how much they beg or plead, never feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet, don't let them see bright lights. Aniket, you can see Santa Claus here joining forces with 2 Marvel comic heroes. Name either of these superheroes who have been portrayed by actors Finn Jones and Mike Colter, respectively, in 2 separate live-action series. Ten.
Nick Fury.
No. Priyanka?
Pass.
Jeffrey?
Iron Fist.
Thank you. Do you know the other one?
Luke Cage.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Iron Fist, Danny Thomas, Danny Rand, or Luke Cage, Carlos Powerman. Thought you'd get it, Jeffrey. Nice gift to you from Aniket. Aniket, back to you. An aerial view shows people gathering at Sudirman Street during car-free night to celebrate New Year's Eve in which national capital city on January 1, 2024? Ted?
Kuala Lumpur.
Not KL. Priyanka?
Jakarta.
It is Jakarta, yes. Jakarta? No, she went by herself. Jeffrey? Located at the Museo del Prado in Madrid, this triptych painting, Adoration of the Magi, is a late 15th century work by which Netherlandish painter? Ken,
Van Wyden.
no. Priyanka,
Bruegel.
just again for me, please.
Bruegel.
Not Bruegel, no. Zubaer,
No, pass.
Aniket,
Van Eyck.
not Van Eyck. Priyanka, you were the closest because it starts with a B. It's Hieronymus and Bosch.
Wow.
It's a Bosch. Jeffrey, you're second. According to Theodor Mommsen, 1st of January became the first day of the year in 600 AUC of the Roman calendar, or in ours, 153 BCE, due to disasters in the Lusitanian War. What do the letters AUC refer to in this calendrical system? Ten.
I don't know. Pass.
Priyanka,
Augustus calendar.
just again, please.
Augustus calendar.
Not exactly, no. Zubair,
Pass.
Aniket,
It's Ab Urbe Condita, which is from the foundation of the city of Rome.
bingo, absolutely right.
Oh.
You can also have Anno Urbis Condite in the year since the city's founding. Since the city, 753 BCE. Priyanka, we move back to you for our anti-penultimate round. Orecaria heterophilia is named after an island in the southern Pacific Ocean to which it is endemic, an island half of whose residents are descendants of the HMS Bounty mutineers. It is commonly sold as a living Christmas tree, though Captain Cook once thought its straight trunk would be helpful for masts, but to no avail. What are they commonly known as? Ten.
Pass. Pass.
Zubair?
So the Pitcairn fir.
No. Jeffrey?
Pass.
Aniket?
Pass.
Oh, Aniket, I thought you'd get this, as it's out your window the same as it's off to my right-hand side, Norfolk Island Pines.
Norfolk Island.
The
Oh.
Norfolk Island pine, Norfolk Island, just out there. Just a couple of hours over there. Beautiful place. If you ever get down this way, go. It's a lovely, lovely, quiet spot to spend a few days. And Cook thought that they'd be perfect for masts, but apparently not so. So we still have them. Priyanka. On January 1, 1985, the first British mobile phone call was made by Michael Harrison to his father, Ernest Harrison, who was chairman of which company?
Motorola.
Not Motorola. Jeffrey.
Pass.
Zubair.
BT, British Telecom.
Not BT. Aniket.
Pass.
What we call in Australia, Vodafone. 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 Zubair, to you. Rohatsu is a Japanese holiday. Laba is the Chinese equivalent, with both words translating to 8th day of the 12th month, which celebrates Siddhartha Gautama's vow to sit under the Ficus religiosa tree. All traditions agree that in the third watch of the night, Siddhartha finally found the answers he sought and experienced What? The term may remind you of a musical outfit that previously went by names such as Skid Row, Pencap Chew, Bliss, and Dead Ed Fred.
Nirvana.
Nirvana, correct. I love the clue at the end of it. That's great. Number 2. Based on the short story Uncle Wiggily in Connecticut, My Foolish Heart of 1949 is the only authorized adaptation of any work by an author. The filmmaker's infidelity to the story prompted him never to greenlight any other adaptation. The protagonist, Walt Dreiser, was played by a leading film noir actor of the day, known, among other things, for his critically acclaimed performance in The Best Years of Our Lives. Name either the author, who was born on the 1st of January 1919, or the actor who was born exactly 10 years prior. Ten?
I'll say James Cagney.
Not
For the
Cagney.
actor.
Jeffrey.
Frederick March.
Not March. Priyanka.
Pass.
Aniket.
Salinger.
Yes, J.D. Salinger is the author. Do you know the actor?
No, I was gonna guess.
He features in the opening song of Rocky Horror. Dana Andrews said, "Runes gave him the runes." Aniket. Which party game has players making up fake answers to trivia questions? All of the fake answers, as well as the correct one, are then revealed, and players must try to guess the correct answer. It shares its name with a comedy featuring police consultant Sean Spencer, who solves cases with his accurate observational skills. Ten.
Clue.
Your answer, please.
Clue. CLE.
Clue is not correct. Priyanka.
Pass.
Jeffrey.
Pass.
And Zubair.
Pass.
I almost gave you that, Jeffrey, because I thought, oh, Jeffrey will know this. Psych.
Mm.
Psych.
Oh, good knows.
Psych is the name there. Second one for Aniket, round 6. Schlumbergera brigisi is a forest-dwelling plant with modified stems with notched edges, often confused with other similar species whose bloom times coincide with other festivities leading to their names. How do we commonly refer to this plant? Ten.
Christmas flower.
I'll prompt you to give me another name.
Okay. Christmas rose.
Not a rose. Priyanka.
Pass.
And Jeffrey.
Pass.
And Zubair.
Pass.
Aniket gave you the first half of
Christmas
It's
dahlia?
Christmas. What is that? That is a cacti. It's a Christmas
Oh,
cactus.
okay.
I know them as zygocacti. They're beautiful when they bloom. They're absolutely glorious. But yes, Christmas cacti. Jeffrey, ending round 6.
Yes.
What is BBC Scotland's annual live event programme that focuses on New Year's Eve celebrations? It is a local word used for the last day of the old year and is associated with the celebration of the new year in a Scottish style.
Hogmanay.
Lang may ye lumrik, as they say in Scotland. Hogmanay it is. Up. Number 2. Jack Skellington, Halloween Town's beloved Pumpkin King, plots to bring Christmas under his control by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role, but things don't quite go his way. Which 1993 film, produced and conceived by a filmmaker known for his Gothic-themed films, is this?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Fantastic film. One of my favorites. Love it. All right, penultimate round. Priyanka, question 1. The X-Men determine Santa Claus as the most powerful mutant ever. His powers include super speed, even though he uses his sleigh with reindeers, and a magic sack with near infinite capacity. However, what other superpower does he have as a mutant that enables him to know if a person has been good or bad at a glance? The word comes from Greek for distant feeling or perception and was first coined by Frederick W.H. Myers.
Telepathy?
Yes, well done. It is telepathy, not telekinesis, which he also has, apparently. Your second, Priyanka. As a notorious titular serial killer is being driven to his execution, the truck carrying him encounters a bizarre accident that transforms him into a mutant snowman. Which 1997 American direct-to-video is this that's got a cult following?
Pass.
Jeffrey.
Pass.
Zubair.
Pass.
Aniket.
Pass.
This time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, you see a lot of Jack Frost. Jack Frost. Okay. Zubair, yours. Fireworks explode over the iconic Quadriga at midnight on January 1, 2024, in which national capital city? The Quadriga by Johann Gottfried Schager was placed atop the structure in 1793.
Berlin.
The Brandenburg Tor, correct. 2. Beginning in the 16th century, European countries began officially marking January 1 as the start of the year. It was chosen because this was the date of the feast of the blank, being the 7th day after December 25. What word fills the blank, which in accordance with Jewish tradition marks the day on which the blood of Christ was shed for the first time?
Pentecost.
Nope. Priyanka?
Pass.
Jeffrey?
Pass.
Aniket?
Pass.
Pentecost is 50 days after Easter Day. 1st of January is the feast day of the naming and the circumcision of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh.
January 1, feast of the circumcision. Hurrah! Aniket. On January 1, 404, there's some will say it's 391, St. Telemachus tried to stop something in an amphitheatre and was instead stoned to death by the crowd that gathered. Emperor Honorius was mightily impressed by his martyrdom and put a historic ban on whatever he was trying to stop. What was it? Ten.
Singing.
Nope. Priyanka?
Chariot races?
Good guess, but no. Jeffrey?
Pass.
Zubair?
Pass.
Chariot races kept on going for quite a while because they were loved by the emperors, particularly in Byzantium. No, this is the other one. Are you not entertained?
Oh.
Gladiatorial fights came to an end. Number 2, Aniket. Both these masters of espionage were born on the 1st of January, 2 years apart. One of them, born in Moscow, was sent from the UK to aid the resistance in Nazi-occupied France, but was betrayed, captured, and executed at Dachau. The other was born in British India, was educated in and worked in the UK, while passing on information to the Soviet Union, where he eventually defected and died in Moscow. You may name either. Ten.
Philby.
Yes, Kim Philby is the person born in British India, hence the name Kim. The other is Noor Inayat Khan, who died in Dachau. Jeffrey, to you. Archaeoastronomical sites are found worldwide, the most famous being Stonehenge. The spiral petroglyph on Fahada Butt is famous for its sun dagger, where a glint of sun appears on either side of the spiral on winter solstice, as shown right. Where is this UNESCO World Heritage Site that is located in New Mexico and built by the ancient Pueblans who were known as Anasazi? Ten.
Chaco?
Yeah, well done. It is Chaco
Nice.
Canyon. Very good pick. Well done. Second, until 1970, it was common for test matches in South Africa to begin on the 23rd or 4th of December. In years in which Christmas did not fall on a Sunday, what unusual consequence did this have for the schedule of play? This reflected both the religious mores of the time as well as a practice that, long standard in Test cricket, has been rare since the 1990s. Ten.
I'm gonna pass.
Priyanka.
Pass.
Zubaer.
We used to have a rest day in Test cricket, so
I'll prompt you for more information.
so they would have to keep playing on Christmas Day instead of taking the rest.
No, that's not correct, Aniket.
So they would have 2 rest days, one on Christmas and one
That's
on
what
Friday.
I need. Zubair, I said the same as you and couldn't work out why. They had 2 rest days if Christmas Day was not on a Sunday. How amazing. That would have meant nearly a test went for a week. Good God. I still remember rest days. But of course, we don't have them now. We just end games in, well,
3
if you're
days.
India, in 1.5
20
days.
minutes.
If you're Australia, 3.5 days. There you go. You have a rest day, but it's the last day. Don't buy tickets to the 5th day of tests. It almost never happens. All right, last round coming up. Very close at the top between 3 players. Yeah, still plenty of questions to go. Let's see what happens. Priyanka, which annual celebration, first celebrated in 1966, was created by activist Maulana Karenga based on harvest festival traditions from various parts of West and Southeast Africa? It began in the aftermath of the Watts riots in Los Angeles in 1965 and derives its name from the Swahili phrase meaning first fruits.
Pass. Can't.
Jeffrey.
Monza.
Wanza, exactly right. Very good. Priyanka, your final own question? Which horned anthropomorphic figure in Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, giving their name to a 2015 Christmas comedy horror film, scares children who have misbehaved? Europeans have been exchanging greeting cards featuring this figure since the 19th century, even before Santa Claus became a fad.
The Grinch.
Not the Grinch. Jeffrey.
Krampus.
Krampus is he, along with all other names. Knecht, Ruprecht, Hakelj, Laufbaul, Bartel, Pelzebock. That word again, goat, bock. Now to Zubair's owns. When the choir master was forced to justify distributing sweets to children during the Christmas Mass, as it wasn't the case before, he ingeniously suggested adding a crook or a hook at the top of each stick. This addition was aimed at helping children with what holy visitation exactly? In other words, what does the crook or hook in candy canes symbolize?
The resurrection of Christ.
Not the resurrection of Christ. Priyanka.
Getting
Pass you there, Jeffrey.
I'll pass.
And Aniket?
Like the shepherds at nativity, so which is why they
That's the shepherd's crook. That's it. The shepherd's crook. In the gospel according to Luke, you have the shepherds. There we are. Crooks after shepherds. I went down a whole other different track and was talking about St. Nicholas because it's this shepherd's bishop's crook. Bishop's crook comes from shepherds. There we are. Zubair. Which Flemish Baroque painter created at least 4 known versions of the Adoration of the Magi over a 25-year period? The largest of these, today at the Museo del Prado in Madrid, was painted to commemorate the end of the war between Spain and the Dutch Republic and represents the riches that his hometown of Antwerp would receive as a result of the peace.
Rubens?
It is. Peter Paul Rubens is correct. It is
Yes.
Peter Paul Rubens. Aniket, your final owns. What celebratory object was designed by the Manhattan-based design firm Artkraft Strauss and first showcased in 1907 at an event initiated by Adolf Ochs, the then owner of a local newspaper?
I guess this is the ball which is dropped on New Year's Eve at Times Square in New York City.
Perfect. It is the Times Square ball. Yes, correct. Your second. In the folklore of the Low Countries, which companion of St. Nicholas distributes candy to well-behaved children and used to punish the others by putting them in St. Nicholas's sack and taking them down to the ship? The punishment fell out of use in the 1960s, and owing to the character dressing up in dark makeup, black wigs, and large earrings, the traditions surrounding it are becoming increasingly controversial since the late 20th century. Ten.
I'll just say Grinch.
No, not a Grinch. Priyanka.
pass.
Jeffrey.
I have no idea. I'll pass.
And Zubair.
Black Peter, Schwarze Pete.
Yeah, Schwarze Piet, Black Pete, yes. Schwarze
Nice
Piet,
one.
Schwarze Peter, Schwarze
Yes.
Piet, indeed. He gathers the naughty children up in sacks who have been left coal in their stockings because they've been naughty. The good ones have got candy in their stockings, and they have left out straw and carrots for St. Nicholas's horse. And Schwarze Piet takes them down to the ship in the harbor and sails off to Spain with them. Because, of course, those days, Spain was the enemy. Now, of course, everyone wants to go to Spain at Christmas time. It's warm. Jeffrey, let's end the match. See if you can tie it up to Aniket here. What party game is featured in the musical Evita during the number The Art of the Possible, wherein it serves as a symbolic metaphor of one Perron's rise to power? Perron and some military officers play the game, the former wins. In politics, it serves as a metaphor for situations where one leader replaces another, only to be replaced again.
Musical chairs.
It is musical chairs. There's also an alternative title never heard before, Trip to Jerusalem. All right, one more opportunity. Let's see how we go on the final question. Jeffrey, until 2022, the Beatles held the record for the most Christmas number ones with 4. Which was their final Christmas number one in 1967? This non-album single had I Am the Walrus as its B-side, and Paul McCartney later told his biographer that the lyrics reflected his belief that duality was such a deep theme in the universe. Man, woman, black, white, ebony, ivory, high, low. It was a very easy song to write. Ken?
Hot and cold.
What did you say?
I said hot and cold. I don't know.
No, that's Katy Perry. Priyanka?
Pass.
Zubair?
Pass.
Aniket?
I don't know what the song is called. It's like you say goodbye, I say hello.
Well, that's all I needed.
Nice.
Hello, goodbye. That's it. You
Very
say
good.
goodbye and I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. Say hello. Thank you, everyone. Aniket gets the win on 17. Jeffrey in second in 15, just behind Zubair on 13. Nice distribution of X's and a nice set of owns. And yeah, a little bit better than
Yeah.
my game where I think we all ended up, as we're saying, we're all sat in the wrong seat. So lovely work. Congrats, everyone.
Thanks for
happy,
reading, Blair.
happy
you.
Epiphany to you all. Bye-bye.
Good game,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye-bye.